Greetings, this is user Kanzar, and this is part 2 of the Necromancer Diablo 2 walkthrough. This is my second attempt of completing Quest 2. The first attempt I actually filmed it all the way through, but unfortunately the audio did not save. So I'm going to have to redo it, so I'm not at the same point that I was that you last saw me. I have some new gear, also new levels. I'm just going to show you my inventory. Got a nice wand, has +3 raised skeleton, +3 to life and +1 to mana. A buckler that does +5 to mana and defense 8. A little bit better gloves, +1 energy ring. Same sash, another ring, +2 to dexterity, some boots, a hat. Alright, I also have a hired help. After you beat Bloodraven, you actually get some help, so that's why you see her right now. I did some research after doing the first part about the character attributes. So thanks to diablo.wikia.com, I finally found the 4 character attributes to find. Last episode I attempted to explain those attributes but didn't have solid information in which to describe. Well, here's what I learned. Strength. It's required to use heavy items such as armor and weapons. Strength also increases the melee damage dealt by a percentage of the weapon's damage. Dexterity. Required to use some weapons such as bows and swords. Increases the damage dealt by all ranged weapons and some melee weapons, javelins, daggers, and claws for instance. It also increases the chance to block. Vitality. It increases the amount of character life, increases the amount of stamina and stamina regeneration rate. And then the last character attribute, energy. It increases the amount of character mana. So there's some articles suggesting that putting all your points into vitality is the way to do it. That is a skill rune, so I can do, I think it's, yep, four skeletons. Yep, so, but yeah, so what I was saying about the article is, they seem to indicate that strength, for instance, is you only want to put so much into strength that you can have, say for instance, the strongest armor. So you wouldn't want to actually increase your damage by putting in the strength. You'd rather get items and weapons or armor that does that. There are also different types of damage. There's melee damage, which is physical damage resulting from melee weapons, such as swords, axe, dagger, etc. There's ranged damage, which does physical damage resulting from a ranged attack, bows, crossbows, thrown javelins, etc. And there's also spell damage, which is magical damage resulting from a spell, teeth, fireball, that sort of thing. So we're actually getting close to Bloodraven, so let's go ahead and talk about her. This information was taken from diablowiki.com. Bloodraven is a former member of the Sisterhood of the Sightless Eye, who has been corrupted by the demonic influence of Andrea. Kasha will charge you with the task of stopping her in the Sisters' Burial Grounds quest. Bloodraven can be found in the Burial Grounds, which we're at right now, an area adjacent to the cold plains. In the middle of the area, you will find Bloodraven surrounded by an army of hungry dead. There she is. This is one of the harder bosses for low-level characters because players will need to fight both her and the undead minions she continuously summons. Bloodraven will also use fire arrows while repeatedly running away to maintain her distance. Yeah, she's pretty easy the second time through. First time a little bit more challenge. A good strategy is to try to corner her in the graveyard gates or stone walls outside. When she falls, she will emit a series of lightning bolts, as you're seeing now, that will eliminate any remaining undead. She has 3 abilities. She has a fire arrow, summon hungry dead, as well as physical range attack, which does elemental damage. And each time she spawns, so each time you play her, it's random elemental damage. So maybe it'll be fire one time, maybe it'll be ice another time, or what have you. Her stats, she has 113 health, resistance to cold, 50, fire, lightning, magical, all 50%. She has no physical resistance, she has 50% poison resistance. So I'm just getting rid of items I don't need by selling them. So that's it. That was gonna listen to Kasha talk.
Akara has been like a mother to me for as long as I can remember. She is wise and good, but I don't think she has the steel to retake our monastery by force.
And I'll just apply my new stats, so put some vitality in there. And I still use a lot of mana, so I'm going to put more into energy. And what I want to show you is the available skill. So dim vision reduces what mobs can see you. Weaken curses a group of enemies. Oops, sorry about that. Just checking my level. So I have the right level, but I cannot increase that because I'm using, there's the dependency is being met by an item. So clay golem's pretty cool. You create a clay golem from the earth to fight by your side. Does 60 attack and 100 damage. So it's definitely a good one to have. Poison, corpse explode, that's also really good in damage. But we'll go with clay golem because I want to show you that here in town. But corpse does 70 to 100 explosive damage. Poison dagger, I don't find that so useful. So let's switch to clay golem. And there you go. There's a clay golem. Thanks for watching. Come back and see more Diablo 2 playthroughs.